God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Job Shop USA. My name is Keith, and this is my job shop. I'm out here, I just opened up and I'm getting things ready because a company I've been supporting here this last year real heavy, and that's hence my time being uh, diverted to other resources. I've been supporting HarringtonHangers.com quite a bit. Plant hangers have taken a new turn, and I helped design and produce the metal off the table, welded the back, and then this is a partial order here. A couple new designs I just did this week. There's music, Star of David, and we got Maine. Now there's many other designs that we have. Right now we're up to like 37 different plant hanger designs. And Dave also has a bracket that he calls a clever mount, and you can change out the plant hangers to your liking without any hardware screws or effort. I'm going to bring you in and kind of show you the processes that I go through to do my part of uh, the plant hangers for HarringtonHangers.com. And so let's go. There's two basic parts to our plant hangers, and 12 gauge steel cut out into the shape we want, and a flat bar that has two holes drilled into it that attaches by welding, and that creates the whole part. So two pieces to the single hanger. And what we have here is, this is a sample here. All right, the flat bar is just basically set up in the mill here, glorified drill press I call Buffy right now. And I've got it set up with a stop, and it just stays in one location, and I just drill the holes, into it, go from one crate to another crate with my parts. After we drilled all the parts and we move from this bend back to that bend, and we have the jaw vices just left open slightly, and we're able to put our ends right in there, chamfer both sides of the two holes, and then we just load them right into the crate on the other side, and from there they'll go into the welding station. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and this striper bass was a design I came up with last month. All right. Now, now I got two more figurines to cut out of the sheet here, and this is about the average. We get about 12, 13 hangers out of a half a sheet. Half a sheet is 4x4. And so we go through, and these shapes are automatically nested in through my software and my program. Okay, glancing in on the computer screen, you can see that's the striper that I just cut. So I got two more stripers, one to the left, one to the right on that pattern right there. And that'll be it for that sheet. And then I'll drop down the next quantity that we'll cut out on the next sheet. And I'll load in a new sheet into the machine. After they're cut out on the table, I take the waste debris and put it in the scrap. And I stack the hangers right here. I knock off and prep the area for weld. This happens to be one of our hummingbirds. This is actually our most popular plant hanger right here. I say plant hanger, you can hang bird bags, feeders, whatever you'd like to hang, but decor in the yard and around the patio, real nice. We're at the point where our bar meets the 12 gauge design. Got this quick jig here, and I rattle gun 2 1/2-inch bolts with these square, these angles just perfectly in line with each other by holding up a bar, holding them, rattle gun them. I add these 2 7/16 parallels, a couple quick clamps. I can always tear this down, always put it back up. And our second part of the jig is actually just a quick vise, and it's already set, and it's clamped over on there. I have a copper wire that joins these two tables together, so I don't have to switch my ground or whatever. All right. This just quickly clamps with 2 reach overs here, and I tap that to align it. Once I'm happy with it, I tack it. Once the hanger is tacked together, normally I stack them here and I get a bunch of them. So, you know, when you're running production, you kind of do all the same thing. You got a rhythm going, tables cutting and everything else all at the same time, just like when I was in the other room there. And the first time you set this up, you got to make sure that everything's in the right swing. All right, so once it's there, then I just do a downhand weld. Now, downhand welds aren't the strongest weld, but they seal up that corner all the way down, and there's about 100 times more weld here than actually is needed to hold the design to the flat bar. Once it reaches this point here, it's stacked and inventoried and ready for Dave to pick up. One of my most favorite things to do in the plant hangers is to design the plant hangers and get the plasma cutter to cut out the items as you draw them or as close as you can draw them. And sometimes the width of the curve of the plasma cutting is 80 thousandths. So your accuracy and things sometimes is a little bit less than 80 thousandths, but pretty close to 80 thousandths. So you got to plan out what your curve width is going to do on the part. So let's take this, you know, when we look at this as just a black and white silhouette, it's real sharp and everything else. That's what we're trying to achieve after it's plasma cut. And then when I when I hold my hangers after I finish cutting one up to the sky, I get this impression here with the nice sky color behind it, and it gives me the silhouette just like printing it here. All right, so anyway, that's the visual. After, you know, the visual we want to end up with is what I strive for in designing, and I get better and better about designing and what the item looks like. Sometimes I've got musical instruments down here, and I've got outlines for them, imported those in there, and I got the notes in the G clef and all of that, but the music lines I had to create myself. So here's a part of line. So I just basically took a spline and I drew the first curve, and then I just duplicated it the way I wanted, closed the loop at the both ends there, and then I went ahead and had a set of lines, and then I can rotate these, and I can mirror them. I can do whatever I needed to do. I actually did mirror them, and that's how I ended up with that flow there. All right, so this is just one of the hangers that I've designed, and this is kind of like the breakdown of it. I still had it in on my laptop, so I thought I'd show you a little bit about how I do the designing. And of course, Dave and his girlfriend Liz and myself, and sometimes Lisa's chimed in, and we help decide. But there also is the viewership on Dave's site and his Facebook site. He does have competitions where he has people vote and this and that, and he has a drawings, and he gives away free hangers for people that help us decide which ones to use, and what's good and what's not good, and what ends up being on the regular inventory list. All right, let's move on. Early this year, Doug Meehan, Channel 5, local Boston news channel, they have a episode that they have, I think it's once a week, and it's called Made in Massachusetts. Well, Doug and his crew came down here to my shop, and Dave and his crew all came over, and we filmed an episode for him, and we actually have an episode on YouTube right now, and it's the actual viewing of that week's episode of Made in Mass.
Inside this busy workshop in the town of Dennis.
Okay, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I'm going to give you the link to where you'll be able to click onto it and watch the video. The importance of this video, it gives you David's story at Harrington Hangers and how it became what it is today and how it got started. And it actually had my help in both cases. So anyway, I wanted to bring that to your attention. Now let's take a look at Dave's website. All right, harringtonhangers.com. All right, and it starts up here and you see him grinding, and so everything that you see me do in here by designing, plasma cutting, walling them, he takes them from there and then he preps them and he paints them. On his site here is the Made in Mass link right here, and that's Christine there, and she's part of the story. And anyway, here's some of the newest designs up here, and there is our music and Star of David and our main cats, elephants, and compass rose and striper fish were last month. Right here, Dave shows you and explains his clever mount and how pieces slide in and out.
Easter.
All right, you'll slide Easter out.
Pull up your favorite design for the...
And hummingbird, that is our most popular. All right, so he also has his festivals or shows that he goes to. You can contact him, and you can order direct from this website here. harringtonhangers.com. All right, I think that's enough for a day. You know, we're into the hangers now for thousands and thousands and thousands of hangers. And yet Dave and I still communicate with each other, especially when we need to lift each other up. We say, one hanger at a time. All right, thanks for visiting Job Shop USA. Get it done.